Okay, so what I want you to do is to refer to your lab session 1. Okay, so if you look at your lab session 1, it is actually the first part of our lecture. I have teach you about the Kaplan-Meier estimates. Okay, so this this lab session, okay, can explain to you about how to estimate the Kaplan-Meier using R. Okay. If you can see my screen now, okay, I'm showing you the lab session 1, okay, which is in, okay, it's in words, right? So, okay, so there are several instructions here. Okay, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay, so in this case, right? So any of you have problem? Any of you who doesn't have R Studio or R whatever? Okay, so you need to install R packages. Okay, because in survival analysis, since this is an elective course, okay, and also that it is an application to statistics. So there is some packages available for to analyze the statistical data, right? So if you look at this lab session 1, okay, if you look at number 1, okay, we can install packages. So there are two packages here, which is survival and also KMSurf, right? So I think KMSurf is actually a data set for is a survival data set, right? So the most important things here is the Kaplan-Meier, the installed packages survival. Okay, say that you don't want to know about the installed packages KMSurf. So this purpose of KMSurf is actually to obtain data set. Okay, so this one is the data set, survival analysis data set. Okay, so you can get several survival data set, not survival analysis data set, survival data set. Okay, survival data sets, right? So you can, if you have no idea what the survival analysis data set look like, you can simply install the packages and you can view the available data set for if you find it online. Okay, you can look at the list of data set available in KMSurf, right? So as usual, once you install your packages, you want to use them, right? So that is why we need to type the function library, meaning that you want to use this package. So after installing the packages, you need to type library and then whatever packages that you are using. So in this case, we are using the survival package. Okay, so I put that number 2. Okay, after you install packages, we will load the library, use the library survival or and the survival KMSurf. Okay, again, like if you want to get more information about KMSurf, just go for library help KMSurf. You will find the list of survival data sets in your KMSurf, right? So I think what I will do is actually I will demo to you on how to use it in R. Okay, so if you look here, okay, because I have used this. Okay, just remove all my objects. Okay, so one of the way is just click the room button. Okay, so it's clear the object from the workspace. Other than that, you can also, I think I cannot remember the function. List, I think it's list equals to L. Also will clean your environment. Okay, so now if you have if you have RStudio with you, it will be much easier because it is user friendly, right? So if you are using the old R package, okay, the old R, okay, the which is not the RStudio, okay, you need to type this thing to remove the environment. Okay, so RM list equals to ls, open close bracket, and then close bracket again, right? So if you can see here in my screen now, you can see there are four, it will be, my R studio is been divided into 4 parts. So this is actually my R, what do you call this thing? I cannot remember this thing. The R script, sorry. Right, so this is your R script. Okay, so this is your environment. Okay, and then here is, you can have your plots, your packages on the right bottom. Okay, so in this case, what I can see here, I can see the list of packages available on my R Studio. Okay, while here is my console. Okay, so this is my console, so I can just maximize and minimize them. Okay, so usually my R, it's not R console, right? What is this? R script, yeah. So it's always like above the R console, right? So some of you can just straight away write it here, or some of you want to save it later. So you can just type it in your R scripts first. Okay, so if you don't want all this thing, you can just simply drag or minimize them. Okay, so what we need to do now for the first step is to install library survival. Okay, so you can search here, right, just to find whether the survival is the ready package in your R Studio. So in this case, I already installed my packages, therefore I can find my survival library package in there. So I don't have to install them anymore. Okay, so for you, if you have, if you never use survival package before, okay, it might worth it. You can just find it here. If it's not available, just simply type install.packages survival and install packages.kmserve. So I also want to check whether I don't think so. I have. See, I don't have it. So what I need to do, I should install. I just put kmserve. So this one. Okay, and I just click install. Okay, that can be one of the way. Another way is just type install.packages, open bracket, and simply type kmserve. Okay, got it? Okay, now you can see that I have my kmserve data here. Okay. All right, so once you have installed all your packages, okay, we go to step number 2, which is we are using the library. So for that, I just type library and then I put survival. Okay, so I just put survival. Okay, and then the next one is library. Right, so that is two packages that I'm going to use for this course. All right, so if you need help regarding the kmserve data, there are several data sets there. Okay, you can just simply type library. If you need more information, you just type library equals to K. Okay, then for you to run that, just simply click run that. Okay, so this is the information about the package of kmserve. Okay, so if you can see at my R script now, you can see that some information about the package of kmserve. Okay, so here is the index. This is the data that you can get. Okay, so it is sorted from A to Z, right? So you can see that right, they have several data sets. No, it's not really sorted, right? So you can see PQRST, yeah, it's sorted, right? So you can have several data sets here. Okay, you can look at the reference book. Okay, so you can look at the book data sets from Klein and Mosberger, right? I don't know whether I spelled it correctly. So it is taken from a book, Survival Analysis. Okay, so you can refer to that, and these are several data sets that can be used, and also some exercise, etc. Okay, so you can get more information if you Google it. Okay, if you want more information about AIDS, how many variables in there, etc., you can just simply Google the data. Okay, for example, I'm looking for the KM-Surf AIDS data. Okay, so you can get the AIDS data set. Okay, this is the information about the, no, this is not the information. In fact, in dark and adult. Okay, so these are the information. The AIDS data frame has 295 rows and 3 columns. So what is the column? They have column for in fact, in dark and adult. Okay, so this is the example on how to get information about the data set of KM-Surf. We have many types of packages. You can Google it. Okay, if you want to find more about the data sets from the survival, you can just simply Google it. Okay, so this is the one that I commonly use, the KM-Surf data set. Okay. All right, so that is all about the data set. Okay, we move on to the next step. Okay, not this one, the first library. Okay, so say that we want to load a data set. What you need to do, you just simply type data AIDS, and then you can simply call AIDS, right? This is one of the ways. How are you going to extract the information? Sorry. Okay, so this is actually the documentation of the packages is actually obtained. They just put it in your second tab. So if you want to go back to your scripts, you just click on this one. I haven't saved it yet. Okay, so that is what is untitled one star. Okay, so later if I save it, you will have your R file name. Okay, so in this case, what I will do is actually I want to use data which is coming from AIDS data set. Okay, so what I will do is actually I just simply run them. Not AIDS, it's 8, is it? Warning, data AIDS not found. No, not this one. It's supposed to be AIDS, right? Just have a go. Data AIDS and
Hi, doctor. I think you didn't run the.
Oh, the library. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you so much. For take time. Sorry about that. Warning message. Okay, so the library KM-Surf give me a warning message that this KM-Surf was built under R version 4.11. So I think mine is the outdated one. So it's okay. Okay, so you just run this and then click AIDS. Okay, so you can see that if I call that name AIDS, they will just simply give me the data. Okay, which is you can see there are 3 columns and 295 rows. Okay, about the data AIDS. Okay, you can also attach AIDS. Okay, for example, right? So there are many ways to call your data, right? So if you look at number 5, you can see that I'm switching from art to words. Are you okay with that? I think it's okay, right? Okay, now if you look at number 5, to make columns available for use as variables, you just simply put attach AIDS, okay, and then call in fact, okay. So if you want to straight away use the column name, you need to attach your data, right? Or else you have to put Where's my cursor? See, I cannot see my cursor now. Right, so okay, if you want to write down your, if you want to call column number 1, for example, okay, okay, you can attach your data aids, and then you just simply call infant, induct, or adult. Okay, so in this case, right, it either that way, or you can also call aids column 1, which represent the first column. Okay, if I write it this way, it's either attach, okay, and then you can call whatever column that you are interested with, for example, the infant column, or you can also call it this way, it's the first or second column, something like that. Okay, so let us look at what happened if we use attach, meaning that you don't want to use data dollar attach or something like that. Okay, so you just simply attach the aids from the KMSurf library, and then you just simply call your column, okay, column name, and they just simply call all your column elements, right? And then, or you can also write it this way. Okay, so both are the same, right? So that is one of the way. And then, not this one, right? And then if you look at number 6, okay, once you attach, you can also detach your data set. Okay, so detaching the data when everything is done is a good habit, and also can prevent errors within R. Okay, so after you attach, you can also use a function detach to, if you don't want to use your data set anymore. Okay, detach. You can also do it that way. Okay. All right. So if let's say you want to call in fact again, say that you call the column name in fact. Okay, so after you detach the the data set aids, if you try to call the column name, you see that error, the R cannot detect them. So R said, sorry, the column in fact was not found, meaning that because you already detached them. So you can use other, I mean, like you can use, if you don't want to use the data set anymore, you just simply detach so that it doesn't interrupt your other works. Okay, and also practice remove the global environment, like RM list equals to LS open close bracket. Okay, so right, so in this case, R already recognized the data set 8, which consists 295 observation of 3 variables, right? The next one, okay. All right, so that's all about the basic thing that you can do using your data set and also in R, right? So the next one, we move on, right, to the survival object. Okay, say that for this survival object, I'm using a data set called tongue. Okay, so if for the right sensor, say that we use data tongue, and then if you attach tongue, you can look at uh, the data description, okay, either in help, okay, or you can do help, help a library KMSurf help, and also you can look at the global environment to find how many columns and rows for tongue data. Okay, so in this case, if we want to do the survival object for the right sensor, okay, we just simply use data tongue attach, and also we can look at the time, right? Say that I'm using the which is the library KMSurf, okay, and then you can just simply find attach Okay, so I just want to look some overview. Use head data. Oh, sorry, I cannot use that, right? Or maybe I can just okay, so right. Again, they have three variables. Okay, I cannot call head data, right? Okay, so it's not suitable to use, right? So what is it supposed to be? Is it the column names? Yeah. So I just put name. Okay, because I want to see how many variables in there, right? So if I call it names tongue, right? I want to see the column names, right? We have three variables and 80 observation. Okay. The reason that I'm choosing this data tongue is because it is less observation compared to eights. Okay, it is more simpler. So that is the reason that I purposely choose tongue. Okay, I can just simply use data eights as my example, but the reason that I choose a different type of data is because that, and I purposely choose tongue is because that it only consists of 80 observation and three variables. Similar to eights, but it is only involve time, type, and delta with only 80 observation. So that is why I'm using the second example of tongue data. Okay, so in this case, right, so you can call, since that you already attached the tongue data, you can simply type, you can look at this, type, time, and delta description in details if you refer to help, okay, and also you can look at the uh, the, the data type itself, okay, so here the type, we can also have the time, and also you can look at the time and also the delta. Okay, so this is the data set. So you can see that for type, it is two level 1 and level 2, and then you have time, and also you have delta is 0 and 1. Okay, so from here, okay, so this is this is all about tongue data set. Okay, all right, so if you look at what I'm calling is, I want to call time, okay, and then I did a subset for just the first group. I just put type 1. Okay, so in this case, since that is only have three variables, which is type, time, and delta. So in this case, the delta is actually your survival status. Okay, so the type represent the groups. Okay, so in this case, what I do is actually I put the subset to select group 1. So I just put serve, time, type 1, and delta type 1. This one, if I put myServe.object, this is actually what I name it, okay? And then I use the function serve, okay, from the survival package, okay, serve. And then for the survival package, you need time and status, right? So to do the survival analysis, you need time and status, okay? So if you refer to my coding here, okay, what I did is actually I'm doing a subset, right? Where I'm focusing on group 1, okay? You can also type serve bracket time delta, okay, because here your delta is actually your survival status, your type is actually the group, and also you have time. Okay, so let's say if we do two things. One, we didn't subset them, we just put survival time and also delta, and we can see how the performance of the package, and also we can subset them, right? It means that we are looking for the survival object for group 1 only. Okay. Now, class, are you okay or not? Okay. I hope that everyone is okay because I'm trying my best to slow down. Okay. So if in this case, what I will do is I'm using the surf function. Okay. This surf function is actually available in survival package, right? So you need to have survival package to use the function surf, right? So in this case, I just copy the name. So my dot surf dot objects, okay, equals to the function surf. Then I can put since that I have time, okay, and then I just put status, which is okay. So let us just look at what happened if I simply type surf time and delta. Okay, and I need to call my name because I name my function as my surf objects. Okay, so I just call them. Okay, so this is how you identify them. Okay, so this one I didn't subset them into group 1 and group 2. So meaning that this is all together. The 80 observation consists of group 1 and group 2, right? So if we try to follow the code from the lab session sheet, okay, what you can see is slightly different because it is only focused for group 1. Okay, so in this case, you are actually having a survival object for all group 1 and group 2. Okay, I didn't subset them. Okay, which is we don't know where belong to group 1 and which one is belong to group 2. You can, okay, if you look here, okay, you can put side by side type and group. You can identify which one is group 1, which one is group 2. And I believe from objects first until 52 comes from the group 1, and 53 onwards until 80 come from group 2. Okay, so this is how if we don't subset them. Okay, any question? Doctor, your voice sometimes not clear. See, like 6:25. It's not clear. How am I going to fix it? You know that I'm trying my best. This is already 100%. I know I need to get a new equipment, new gadget. Yeah, but after Raya, because a lot of commitment, right? For Raya. What am I looking for? Microphone. Just a moment. Okay, to make sure everything is okay. Hello, hello. Or I need to update my computer. Are you okay now? Can you hear me? Because sometimes I go slow.
Doctor,
Ah,
I want to ask, is it R Studio is more preferred than the R, the normal R?
in your case, what type of R that you have in your computer?
Last semester, we used the R commander with the R64 byte one.
R Commander. I never use R Commander.
Oh, because just now I try I download the package, the survivor and KM stuff, and then I try to attach the tongue, but I cannot come out error. They say do not found the data tongue.
But have you installed and load your library properly?
I tried already, but
Give me the thing that you are doing now. I will try to have a look later. What is it? The RM command, the R Commander.
Yeah, and then I attach the tongue.
Okay, I will try to use the R Commander then.
So is it for this course RStudio, is it more better or?
I think R Commander it's more user friendly, right? But I'm not sure about, because I never used R Commander before. Okay, so this is my first time. No, not the first time, but second time heard about it. But I'm simply use either the normal the simple R, the one that not the R Studio, and also R Studio. I never use R Commander, so I have no idea whether it can this library survival can be applied to this R Commander.
Okay.
Let me just check, okay? I will, yeah, maybe like when I don't have the class, maybe I can try to use the R Commander and see. If it's okay, then I would just say that you can proceed using this R Commander in your for this course. If not, you have to just maintain R Studio.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, right. Right, so where are we now? So we're still in this subset, right? So as I showed you earlier, if I don't put subset, right, I'm actually trying to do some survival object for two groups, group 1 and group 2, right? So this is quite different if I put, if I subset them, okay? Right, okay. So I just put here my subject. Okay, so this is actually for group 1. And then call them, right? And call them. Okay, so if you can see here, this is actually belongs to group 1. Okay, you can also subset them and change the type to 2, where you can only have a survival object only from group 2, right? So these are the three different things. Okay, one where you don't subset them, right? So you can have the survival function or survival object for group 1 and group 2 compiled together, and you can also have you can also subset them using the square bracket type equals to 1. Okay, meaning that get me the time from group 1, get me the delta from group 1, and then calculate the survival object using the survival surf function. Okay. Also, you can also apply for group 2 as well. Okay, try it on, right? Now, okay, what else? Right. So that one is just to demonstrate to you on how to call your data. Okay, because if you remember, for survival analysis or survival data is special because you are going to deal with the censoring. Okay, so that is why when you want to create, when you want to analyze the survival data, the first thing that you need to do, you need to create a survival object. Okay, where you need to have to use the survival function, you must have time and status. Okay, so this is what I mean by survival function. Okay, so that is the explanation for 0 and 1 and etc. And then next we move on to the Kaplan-Meier estimates. Okay, so in this case, this is the Kaplan-Meier estimate for survival function. Okay, Kaplan-Meier for estimate for survival function. Okay, so it is the S hat T, right? So this is again, okay, you can either detach the data tongue or you can just simply remain it, because we want to apply the function surfit, which is also available in library survival. Okay, so this surf function is actually to create a survival object where you know which one is censored or which one is an event, right? So next you use the surf, and then we use, for this case, you are interested with group 1. So that's why we take time in group 1 delta meaning status, survival status of group 1, okay, tilde type of your group 1, okay. So from there you can get the summary of your survival function, okay, where instead of the summary where you can get the S hat T, etc., you can also calculate the not calculate. You can also plot the Kaplan-Meier plot. So here in the summary my.fit, you can obtain the variable time, you can obtain the variable survival, the n risk, the n event, and also you can get the standard error and also the confidence interval, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is all the information for the Kaplan-Meier estimate for survival function, right? So let us look how to use the surfit function, okay? So I just straight away name my function. Okay, say that I am interested with only group 1. You can try on for both groups. What am I doing? Okay. Right. So serve time, blah, 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 right? So I can also type serve feed my serve object 1 actually for this part, and also tilde type for group 1, okay? So this is actually serve function, which is creating the survival object where you need time and status, and this one belongs to a group if you have a group, okay? If not, if you have variables, you can put your variables here, okay? Okay, ready? Okay, so I just call my.fit surfit, and then summary my.fit. Okay, so these are my summary my.fit. Maximize them, right? So, right? So here you can get time, the risk, okay, the n risk, the number of risks, the number of events, okay, meaning that if there are any events or not, okay, so, and then the survival time, the survival estimates, and then you can also get the standard error, the 95 lower confidence interval, and also the 95% upper confidence interval. Okay, so these two columns represent your confidence interval. Here is your standard error. Yep, any question? No, okay, right? So this is the information that you want from the Kaplan-Meier estimate for survival function. Okay, this is actually for S hat T. Okay, you want to calculate S hat T, right? Yep. Okay, so can you imagine what will happen if we don't subset them? Okay, so this is actually the summary statistics for group 1. You can also get for group 2. Okay, if you don't subset them, you will get two separate summary statistic, which is for group 1 and group 2. Okay, so this is, you can try it on. Okay, you can just simply type surfit, surf, time, delta, and type. You will get two groups of summary statistics. Okay. Right. Any questions so far? So if you refer to the coding, right, in lab session 1, this is how you are going to extract your information. For example, if you want to extract the survivor function, you can just put $serve. Okay, so then you can get only the survival function or survival estimates, the S hat T. Okay, and if you are interested with time, you just put summary my.fit $time. Okay, you can extract only time and so on. Okay, So if you are interested with the number of events, you put $ and events. Okay, this is one of the way, or you can also call them by column, right? Right, so that's all about the summary.my.fit. Okay, the next one is to plot the Kaplan-Meier estimates. Okay, so to plot them, what you need to do, you need to use my-fit. Okay, so in this case, you will get only one plot where it is plot for group 1, right? Since that your my-fit consists an analysis only for group 1, so you will get a single plot from group 1. Okay, so this is how we type the function, the plot my.fit. This is your title, main equals to Kaplan-Meier estimate with 95% confident intervals or confident bounds. I put here confident interval. Not useful. X lab is your time, Y lab is your survival function as hat T. Okay, and then that is how you get your Kaplan-Meier estimate. So let us look at our plot look like, okay, in R. Minimize, and then just here. There's no problem with that. Okay, so just run that. Okay, so you can see that, okay, you can see the plots, okay, the Kaplan-Meier with the 95% confidence interval, okay. So you can get this 95% confident bound, okay, where this is the upper limit, this is the lower limit, and your X is actually the time, and your Y is actually your S hat T. Okay, so this is actually the Kaplan-Meier plot for group 1, okay. So you can try on for group 2 and you can try for both groups. Okay, since that, yep.
Hi, doctor.
Yeah.
Just one question, yeah, regarding the summary of my fit.
Yeah.
So I can see that it's starting from time 1 with the survival rate is 0.981. And according to textbook, we should always start our time at 0, right? So should we append a row above the summary so we can include 0 and survival with 1 for that particular row?
I think that this one is applicable. It doesn't necessarily should start with 1.
So the time can start at any point, not necessarily be 0. Okay, understand.
Yeah. So I think like remember like based on our last discussion, right?
Yep.
So I was quite doubt about it because the survival function doesn't mean that it must start at 0. It doesn't say that, right? But in the book it says that it should be starting from 1.
Yeah.
Right? But you can also start, let's say in this case, you can also extend it time equals to 0 so that you can your probability of your S hat T is equals to 1. But if you don't do that, I'm not going to penalize you because it's also possible to do that.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, no problem. Right. Any question before I move on? Okay, so I hope that you can try on for group 2 and also you can try to do it simultaneously. Don't do any subset like surf, time, delta, tilde type. You can see that your summary statistic will be split into 2 parts. It will say type 1 and type 2. And also if you try to plot them, it will provide you with 2 plots, okay, which is group 1 and group 2, right? So in this plot, okay, if you refer to this plot, sorry if it's too small, so I try to enlarge it, but it's still not pleasant, right? So say that this is my plot, okay, say that you don't subset them, you will find 2 plots, okay, with 2 confidence intervals, right? So you can color them, right? So you can put color, okay, you can add on color equals to red, okay, you can put in a quotation mark red or blue, or you can also just use by numbering 1 to represent, I think 1 is, I don't know, 1 is black if I'm not mistaken, 2 is red, 3 is green. You can try it on, okay, by adding the color here, okay. So let us try, say, because it's too dull, it's black, right? So let me try if I put some coloring, and if I instead of my fit, okay, if let's say that I copy this function, okay, just to show to you, but I actually want you to try on group 2, and also if you don't subset them, right? And then what I want you to do, so what I wanted to do is just to put color here, okay, color, COL means for color, and then you can just simply put red, okay, and then close quotation mark, okay. Okay, so this one, okay, you can get the plot which is red color with the confidence bound. Okay, I think we can remove the confidence interval, which I already forgot how to remove them. Okay, all right, yeah, how to remove them. I think we can remove them. Hopefully that already lupa how to remove the confidence interval. I'm not sure if you have two groups all together, the confidence interval will cover both of them, or the confidence interval will cover for each of groups. But I believe it will cover for each group. Okay, let me know for that, right? Okay. Okay, we almost time now. Okay. Okay. So the previous one that I show you is about the survival function, the S hat T. So if you want to get the hazard function, the H hat T, you can also use the surf function as well, okay? And you can, but, right? So if you want to use to calculate the cumulative hazard, which is the HT, the capital HT, right? If you look here, we simply use surf fit and my fit and summary fit. And then to calculate the H hat, okay, H hat T is actually the negative log of your S hat T, right? So you can extract the information, right? Calculate negative log S hat T, okay? And then your H hat equals to C H hat and H hat length H hat. Okay, what is that, right? And then you can simply get the plot for cumulative hazard, the KM cumulative hazard, okay, by using the, hang on, right? So this is your time and your H hat, right? Okay, so I just want to demo to you on how the cumulative hazard look like. And then maybe I will touch about the bounds, right? The mean and the median. And also if we have tests for more than 2 sample size. I think I will stop until mean and the median. So you can try on for the remaining parts, which is the test for 2 or more samples. And also, since that you already learned it on yourself for the log rank test. And then you can also look at the lab session 2. What is lab session 2 done? Yeah, the confidence interval. Okay, so this lab session 2 is actually to calculate the confidence interval. Okay, and also to provide the median. Yeah, this is quite similar. It's just the extension from lab session 1. So if you want to calculate the median, the percentile, you can also refer to this part. Okay, this is only the mean and the median. Okay, if you want to calculate the percentile, refer to the lab session 2. Okay. Now this is the cumulative hazard, right? For group 1, right? So I just use this function. Okay, so this, remember this H hat T is actually the negative log of your my fit dollar serve. Okay, this is okay. So remember the H hat T, the H hat equals to the negative log of your S hat T, right? And then okay, so what is this? The length of H hat, length of H hat. Okay, let us look at this part, right? Run for that one. Okay, and I will call this H dot hat. What is this? Okay, so this is actually the cumulative value of your H hat, and then this H hat, this is actually the H hat equals to C H hat length H hat. I can't remember what is this. Okay. Okay. I think here. What is the difference, eh? H hat, length, H hat. What is this? Just hang on.
Actually, this one is just one to append the last value of.
Correct, correct. Because just now the H hat, we only have 45, right? So this last one is the 46. Why do we need the last one? Okay, I lupa sudah. Why do we need the last one? Can anyone recall that?
So that the hazard function, the last line will be a horizontal line.
I think that makes sense. Yeah, correct. Thank you. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, correct. So because we don't want to leave it like, you know, just straight like that. Okay, so we want to have like a horizontal line. Yeah, so that's why we put the last value, right? Okay, so I need to modify this function. My fit time 250. Why is it 250? Tak ingat dah belum. Okay, it's okay then. Just but remember, I don't use sum.myFit. I just use myFit only, right? So since that this H hat has 46 observation, okay, and the last one, I think the last one is 250. I put 250 here. Yeah, it's because the time, okay? So I put the last one is 250. Okay, so if some of you feel what is it to, why is it 250? Okay, 250 is because that, remember this H hat, okay? The H hat has 46 observations, right? While for my fit dollar time has 45, right? So if you have if you want to plot, you must make sure you have an equal length. So that is why we put 250 here. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So that is why this plot is actually about my fit time, okay, and also cumulative hazard, your y-axis. But we put here extra 250 here, okay? Got it? I just put enter then. Plot error unexpected input xlab xy. What's going on? My fit dollar time. My fit dollar time, right? My fit dollar time. Okay, just have a look at this, right? Since there is an error, I need to press. Okay. Just put the length here. Okay, so if I put C 250, what will happen? Okay, so I add on another one. So just get this. Just want to know what is the length of my $8 time. It's 45 and it's 46. Supposed to be okay, but why is it error here? Unexpected input in plot my.fit. My.fit is correct. Should copy in the script first, okay? Okay, so copy. Okay. Okay, so plot, I don't use sum.my, okay? I put my dollar time, x lap time, y lap.
Hi, doctor.
Yeah.
I think due to the single quotes in words and in R is different. You see the strings will be highlighted in green, but this one is not highlighted in green.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, the time,
Because
cumulative hazard, and so on. Yeah.
correct, correct. Thank you, thank you. This is very sensitive, right? Using R, you have to be very, very careful. I think it's okay now. Okay, everything should be okay now. Okay, so get it? Like, why is it like I add on 250 here? Is because that I want to have an equal length with my H hat, right? So that is why we add on 250 here. Okay. What is that?
Yeah, actually, you still haven't closed the cumulative hazard one. The ending one is not changed to the single quotes, and the main
Okay.
quotes also not changed to single quotes.
Oh my God, why is it like it doesn't?
You click escape and it will end this. Yeah.
Right, thank you. So the X time is okay.
And then the cumulative hazard.
Need to change.
And the main. And the last one should be the type. Yeah.
Type S. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
So, all right. So the quotation is the quotation looks a bit different for words. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Run. Yeah. That is your cumulative hazard plot should look like. Okay. Okay, so you can add on the confidence interval if you want to include in, right? Where in this code, I didn't include the cumulative, sorry, the confidence interval with you. Right, so this is how you calculate your cumulative hazard, right? And then what else? What else? Okay, so you can have the points and you can get the legends and so on, okay? So this is actually the points. Not sure about this. Points, my.fit dollar time, okay, type. Right. Well, I'm not sure about that, right? Okay, try to explore what is this, okay? And then the legend and etc. The legend is actually to, the legend is legend, right? So legend in your plot. Right, okay, so now let us move on to the last part, okay? So please, okay, when I leave this online class, you can continue the lesson with Lab 2 and Lab 3. And you must make sure if you want to watch the YouTube video, you must make sure to look at your Lab 3 first. Then you can watch the video. If you have looked at it, then you can allow to watch the YouTube video regarding the log rank test. Right. So the next one is the mean and the median with bounds, right? So here we are looking for, we say that we are using a different type of data. This is the reason that I'm using different type of data is to get you familiarized with the KM library. Okay, so if you want to continue using the tongue data, you are most welcome. Okay, so if you want to get the mean and the median, okay, you can just simply get the value by following the functions. Okay, so in this case, if we continue our function, which is the surfeit, my surf, all right, and then if we print this, what we will get. Okay, so I just continue with my tongue data, and I just print my function, which is my fit. Okay, what I will get then, right? This is print. This is my fits. Okay, my fit. Okay, show RM equals to true. Okay, so if I just simply run this. Okay, hang on. Surf fit, my fit. No, right. I know why. It's because that my fit is already a surf fit. Okay, so I just remove this surf fit, my fit, okay, and I just run this. Okay, so this is the mean and the median for my, sorry, not mean. This is the median of my survival function. Do you remember that there is a calculation in the book about how to calculate the median of the survival function? So this is how we are going to get the median for our data set. Okay, so in this case, for the data tongue for group 1, this is the median value. Okay, I think that's all for today's class. Okay, before I end the session, okay, so don't just simply close the book. Okay, so it's not yet end yet. What I'm expecting you to do is to proceed with lab session 2 and also lab session 3, because next week we are going to continue with another topic, and also we are going to solve tutorial 2 using the R survival package. Okay, so please explore about lab 2 and lab 3. Next week we don't have class because it's public holiday. It's Nuzul Al-Quran, the 19th, sorry. Next week is 19th of April. There will be no class. So I was expecting for you to do exercise tutorial 2. I already provide the solution, but I'm expecting you to do or to perform the solution using R, and hopefully when we come back, I would like to have some participation from you to share your solution with us, okay, with everyone. Okay, so please don't just simply accept. Please learn about lab 2 and lab 3. If you have any question, okay, I established a forum session where I put it in week 4. If you have any question, if you want to share anything, you can either post it in WhatsApp, and also you can DM me or anything, right? So try on for lab 2 and lab 3. So if you have any question, I'm not going to see you next week. So I think the material is enough for you to study for this week and next week. And hopefully next week we will start with a new chapter. Okay, so please look at the test for log rank and also continue with lab session 2. Before I end, any question from you? Okay. No question?
Doctor,
Yeah.
when is our assignment?
Assignment is in week, I will release it in week 6. Next week is week 6, right? No, week 7, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So next week is a holiday, right? So there will be no class. So I'm expecting for you to cover lab 2 and lab 3 during the session. And then when you come back, we will discuss about the Cox proportional hazard model. And also I will give you the assignment question for you to do it during your, you are going to have the midterm break, right? So you will be given an assignment and you will submit it after the midterm break. Okay? Is that okay with the timing? Or you want it now?
No.
Okay, so that's all for today, right? Sorry for a very short lesson, okay? So you can continue to learn about R, okay, in lab session 2 and also lab session 3. And I also provide you with some solution for tutorial 2 and 3. Okay, so if there are any problem with tutorial 2, solution tutorial 2, please let me know. And then I think that's it for today, right? I'll see you again, not next week, okay? Another week, in 2 weeks' time. Okay, so happy holiday everyone and selamat berbuka. Happy Ramadan to everyone. All right, bye-bye. Assalamualaikum. Welcome.